Okay. What's up, guys? Merry Christmas. We ain't gonna be here long, but long enough. Let's get it. Let's go. Oh yeah. This is that feel-good time of year. Let's get it. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, let's get to it. Let's get to it. No time to wait. Merry Christmas. Here we go. Your boy, T-Dub, the one, the only. Okay. It ain't no Christmas unless you put Lola in it. Unless you put Lola in it. Put some Lola in it. Listen, guys. Merry Christmas. It's your boy T-Dub with Blazing the Sports. Yes, of course. We are back at like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work on Christmas Day. Hope all of you guys get what you want, no matter what it is. Presents, life, happiness, whatever you want. I hope you get it. If not, hope you make plans to get it in the future. But guys, we are live. We got Lola, presents, the beat. We're good. I'm happy. Let's get it. Alright guys, let's put them hips Lola on a break for a second, Lola. They gonna forget it's Christmas and think they're a happy land. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, listen man, we're here. I got presents. Look at this. It's for all the West Blazing family. Everybody's under there. Ex-Virginias, Sweet Caroline, American Path to Travel. We got them all, guys. Jose. Everyone is here. Now let's talk this boxing work, please. I was like, okay, should I go live? Should I not? You know what? Guys, I hope this is that sweet time of the day where a lot of things not happening, right? The mornings are busy. The nights is busy. But sometimes it's noon, kind of like, you know, what I'm going to do. People sitting around waiting on for time. American Path to Travel in the building. What it do? Better yet, what it does. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. To everyone's way. But I'm telling you right now, in real life, there's a fat man in your house at nighttime around Christmas. That's not Santa. You might want to get him out of there. But guys, listen, man, I didn't have a real good, true topic, but I wanted to talk boxing, man. Give you boxing geekers this work on Christmas Day. The only T-Dub we can do, guys. Listen, let's do this T-Dub Merry Christmas way. My birthday's coming up, in case some of you guys don't know. T-Dub is a New Year's Eve baby. Yes, 12/31. I hate that date. I hate it. Let me tell you why I hate that date. Because most of the people in my life were already planned. It's New Year's Eve. They're out of town. They're going to other parties. Anyone that I wanted to be around with already have New Year's plans. And my birthday, I always got pushed aside like that third plate of food that you just don't want. Nah, I'm okay. But let's get it. Let's get it. All right, guys, let's dive into it. Let's get some of this boxing talk, guys. I got the lines open. I got the mic open for you guys. But if someone did want to call in, I'll leave it open for you. If not, let's talk some boxing. I found this picture, right, and it really intrigued me, right? It said, best welterweight today. And that's a good question. Who is the best welterweight? Is it Earl Spence Jr.? Is it Terence Crawford? Is it Manny Pacquiao? Now, see, a lot of people want to judge us by this. If you go off of accomplishments at welterweight, Pacquiao, right? If you go off what have you done for me lately at welterweight, Earl Spence Jr. But if you go off, I guess, kind of pound for pound eye test of what he's done before moving to welterweight, in that welterweight, Skills? Terence Crawford. It's not a real right or wrong answer unless these men fight. But we can always go off the basic thing. Skills. Who has the skills to pay the bills? As a matter of fact, T-Dub got a bill on his desk. It's a trash bill right here. That'll be coming up. So, who is number one? Who is the best welterweight right now in boxing? Who? Right? If you talk about drawing power, it has to be between only two of them, right? Earl, Spence Jr., and Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao, because he's been doing it for so long, he has name recognition amongst fans and casuals. Earl Spence Jr. is getting there. I don't think he's quite there yet, but he's getting there because he can consistently do about, 300 pay-per-views, 350 pay-per-views? But he's getting there, right? If he fights Canelo, he's there. Because Canelo is like a household name. Not like Floyd. See, guys, you know what? Will we ever get... Now, why does this keep falling? Can they do something with this stand? Let's do this. Will we ever get in our time another Floyd, right? Because before Floyd, there was Ali. I'm talking about casuals, right? The name that you don't even watch boxing, right? You don't even watch. Like in hockey, I didn't watch Wayne Gretzky. I didn't watch hockey. But for some reason, Wayne Gretzky sticks out in my name. It sticks out. Babe Ruth sticks out for baseball. Me being a Cardinals fan, Mark McGuire, but we talking about, Barry Bonds, Michael Jordan basketball, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I'm talking about that name, like in boxing, that transition throughout, no matter what in life. I asked somebody, who you know in boxing? I don't know. You know Ali? Yeah, I know Ali. What he do? He's a boxer, but I don't know nobody else. I don't know one person he fought, but they know Ali. Joe Louis. Will we have that again? I mean, because honestly, Floyd Mayweather is that name. Roy Jones Jr., as talented and popular as he is, skill-wise, I think a prime Roy is a savage against anyone. Skill-wise, Roy Jones Jr., I mean, honestly, back in his prime, his skills, ability to throw rapid combination and rapid hooks and to think on the fly, damn near second to none. I mean, his offense, like, even though I'm a huge Floyd Mayweather fan when it comes to boxing, and I think Floyd was pretty close to the complete package, right? Everything. Footwork, thinking, skills. But I think Roy Jones, in his prime, his offense was more deadly and electrifying than Floyd's offense. And I'm not knocking Floyd. Matter of fact, it's not a knock. When you knocking greats, right? Juggernauts in the boxing industry, right? These guys are juggernauts. So when I say one is better than the other, it's not knocking the other. I'm just giving a tip of the hat or the whatever to the other. But I don't know if Roy did he transition in being a national icon outside of boxing? Did he do that? I don't know. I don't know if don't get me wrong, he's popular. So a lot of people knew him. I think he was there. I think he was like, almost there. But I don't think he reached the Ali stage. And George Foreman, I think George Foreman did reach it. But I think George Foreman reached it because of his George Foreman grills. And the George Foreman grills became famous because of boxing. But a lot of people know George Foreman as George Foreman grills. Oh, excuse me. Too much coffee, I guess. But Floyd Mayweather is a guy that has not tradition, but has been able to become name recognized in all aspects of most casuals. If I go knock on my neighbor door right now, and I don't think he watches boxing. I don't think so. But if I knock on my neighbor door right now, he would probably say, "Yeah, I know Floyd. He's boxes, right? I don't know what he don't know what weight class. He don't know nothing." Will we have that again in our lifetime, right? Or let's say this, within the next decade, who is the next star that can be there in the next decade? Will the Magic Man, what's blazing, homie? Who is the next star? Is there a Canelo? Is it Canelo? Is Canelo the next Mayweather? Basically just saying, is he the next person to have name and brand recognition amongst people that do not follow boxing? Pacquiao has it. So that comes back to my original question. Who is the best welterweight? And I'm going to tell you something that might rub a few people wrong. Because when I did a video and I said, who is the top dog at welterweight? Some people kind of shitted on me. But I'm going to tell you again who is the top dog. And I'm not saying the best fighter. I'm talking about the number one welterweight to watch. Manny Pacquiao. Why? Why? Because he calls out no one. Everyone calls out him, which makes him number one. If your number one calls out him, and he doesn't want your number one, Earl Spence Jr., I want the Manny Pacquiao fight. Terence Crawford, I want the Manny Pacquiao fight. Sean Porter, I want the Manny Pacquiao. Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia. They all want the Pacquiao fight. So until Pacquiao gets beat or quits, as long as they name him the top dog, remember, these are the fighters that's naming him top dog. The fighters. They see him as the money fight, the big fight, the cash, the chicken, whatever you call it, right? But how does Manny Pacquiao fare in a fight against Earl Spence Jr.? Guys, I'm going to say this as I get my mind wrapped around this Merry Christmas, ho, 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 ho day. Manny Pacquiao versus Earl Spence Jr., and I got to be honest, at 2 years old, I'm being honest, I think that's a damn good fight, right? I think, don't get me wrong, I think Earl can give Manny Pacquiao a lot of problems. I think Earl Spence Jr. will give Manny Pacquiao the problems that many people thought that Miguel Cotto was going to give Manny Pacquiao. Miguel Cotto tried to, but got clipped a few times. But man, imagine this. See, when Earl Spence Jr. fought Danny Garcia is a guy, and everybody says it. He doesn't throw a lot of punches. He's very patient with it, and he's looking for those good time shots. He's more wait. He don't even pump his jab like that, right? He's not a boom, boom, boom. He don't do that. When he throws something, he wants it to land, and that's the thing about boxing, right? And I'm not saying that I know inside the ring a lot more than these pros, but I do understand boxing, right? I've been around the block a few times. I threw a couple punches. I slapped some leather across. That jab has to work. That jab has to work. Like a $2 stripper who has $800 rent tomorrow, and she only got $4 and 2 hours to make it. That jab has to work. And guys, and what some people don't get about a jab, if I'm going to get back to this, what some people don't get about a jab is so important. It's offense, it's defense, it's a disguise, it's a mirage, it's a threat, it's a fake, it's a counter, it's a setup, it's a dummy. And I could get into what all those mean, but I'm not. One day I might do just breaking down everything with it. But let's get back to it, man. let's get back to it, guys. We have who wins? Who wins, right? Earl Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. Terence Crawford versus Earl Spence Jr. And I'm going to say this, right? Even though they was talking about Terence Crawford facing Manny Pacquiao, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's be real with it. Let's keep it real. 100, fully blunted. How do you want it? Manny Pacquiao might fight Earl Spence Jr. And I'm being honest. I think that's a little slim. The reason I believe that's slim because Earl looked too good against Danny Garcia. Let me repeat that, right? Let's treat it like it's a broken record. You got some of you young kids don't know. They just take a record, knock the dust off, put it on a record player. If it has a crack in it, call it a broken record. Or it could be broken. It'll repeat the same spot over and over. Let me repeat that. Let me clear my throat. My boy, Will the Magic Man, what's up, champ? What's going on, guys? Listen, man, I hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas. I wanted to give you guys this work, a teed up special. And I'm probably going to do one on my birthday. It's New Year's Eve. It's not going to be super long, but I just want to give back to you guys. This is my thanks. You know, my present is I get it every day. When I get people to show up in the chat and call in and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, that helps the channel grow, and I appreciate it. I believe that Earl beats Bud. Well, let's talk about it. Earl Spence Jr. done too good against Danny Garcia. His first fight back coming off of a car crash. That was probably the best I seen Earl looked when he fought Danny. When I'm talking about all the stuff for the knockout, I thought he boxed an amazing fight. Pressure, power, jab, head, body. I thought that was that was good. That was food to a boxing soul. After that fight, I was like, yep, I'm good. I'm good. You know, that was good work. And that's his first fight back. That was Earl's first fight back. I don't know if Manny Pacquiao takes that fight next, guys, nothing but true respect. And I'm not knocking him. Listen, that would be like when Sugar Ray Leonard took time off and said, I'm going to come back and fight this dangerous animal. Manny Pacquiao is 42. But he does need to fight these animals because he holds a major belt. So if you hold a major belt, the Super WBA, then you have to fight big name people. You just can't be a title holder and then fight Rudy Poops for the title. If you're holding a major title, then you should honestly strive to be number one. In many people's eyes right now, Manny Pacquiao is the unseen, unknown number one. They give it to Earl, but many people look at Manny Pacquiao as the one, the cash cow, the fight to make in boxing. Because that's why Earl would rather fight Manny than Terence. Terence wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. Sean Porter wants to fight Manny. I can go down the list, and they all would check out for Manny Pacquiao. Just like when Floyd Mayweather was here. When Floyd Mayweather was here, everyone wanted that golden ticket. Everybody was treating him like he was Willy Wonka, and he had the chocolate factory, and they wanted that golden ticket. And for a few people, the person at the door giving it to him was Andre Berto. Victor beat Andre Berto, he get a fight. Robert Garcia, not Robert, but what's his name? The Robert Guerrero, he beat Andre Berto, he gets to fight. Frank West in the building. What's blazing, homie? Edward James. Merry Christmas, bro. Spence may stop, but getting cooked. Merry Xmas edition. Listen, bro. Listen, man. This is that time of year. Think about it, man. So I have 50-50 custody with my kid. He's 7. I did my Christmas stuff with him yesterday. I dropped him off to his mom today, and I get him back in about 5 days. Bring the new year in with my kid. But I'm sitting here thinking, right, and I could be wrong, but most people in the morning's a rush, right? You open up presents, you're doing all this, and then somewhere right now, you might be eating right now, I don't know, talking, and then you got the nice stuff. So I'm like, you know what? This is like, I'm gonna go live. Let's go live for the boxing family, and let's talk this boxing, and let's get this work, and let's be back at it, like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers every bit of this work. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, let's get it. So, I don't know if Manny Pacquiao is going to fight Earl next. If he do, I take my hat off to Manny Pacquiao. He might target Mikey Garcia. I don't know. I would imagine that Manny Pacquiao is probably talking to 2 to possibly 3 opponents, and he's going to make the best decision, the winnable decision for him. Earl, if Earl would have looked shaky against Danny Garcia, that would have been it. If Danny Garcia would have beat Earl Spence, Danny would, in my mind, if Danny would have beat Earl, Danny would be number 1 for Manny Pacquiao to fight next. Number 1. But since Earl beat Danny, and I'm talking about, listen, I have never seen Danny get beat like that. That's like just truly like beating, like get your ass over here, boy. Like whooping a kid, right? Again, it's finally been so bad. And you finally caught him by that one hand. You know how you get him by that one hand, right? And he's still trying to run, but you got that belt. Get your ass back. I told you. Hey, that's when you know you about to get a whooping. When your parents whooping you and every lick they talking to you, that's when I want my parents to use short sentences, right? When I told you, boy, about, and they speed up. Talking that to me, boy. You're going to get to school. You're going to get those grades right. Man. Woo. Man. Ooh, I'm not going to lie, guys. I got some whoopings, man. I got whooping so bad that, have you guys got the whooping where it like just takes your sound away, right? You be hollering, bro, listen, man, those were not the days. How good that those were the days? Those are not those. Jeez, boy. I remember, boy. Thinking about that, having backflash, man. Looking on my shoulder, God rest my dad's shoulder. My dad now, he's passed away in 2012. But, jeez, boy, he used to give out some mean ones, boy. What big hands you have, the better to whoop you with, my son. But let's get it, man. So let's shift gears, right? Earl Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford. Man, these guys need to fight each other for their legacy, right? This does not need to be in years a fantasy matchup. A fantasy matchup, in my opinion, is when you talk about fighters that operated in 2 different eras. And what if they would have fought each other, right? When you talk about Floyd versus Sugar Ray Leonard, Joe Louis versus Foreman, just mixing people up, Roy Jones Jr. versus Canelo, that's what I'm looking at, fantasy, right? But when you got 2 fighters that are on the top of their game, operating in the same era, and they don't fight each other, I think, honestly, no matter how it goes, it is going to leave a blemish on both of these guys' records. Bud needs to understand he's not the A side. I don't believe he is, but let's talk about it, right? Errol Spence Jr. went to Canelo's fight, did an interview, an interviewer, which honestly it blew me away. DAZN was playing matchmaker promotional company for Terence versus Errol Spence Jr. They was really pushing the Terence fight, right? In my opinion, I would have thought they would be pushing Canelo fight, since Canelo on his own, are possibly pushing fight on his own fighter. Because I don't understand why are they interested in Terence versus Earl Spence when it has zero to do with their network. Their network is not going to benefit from it, I don't believe, one iota. But either way, they was pushing it, right? And then Earl Spence Jr. said this, right? It can happen. He takes 60-40 or 70-30, whatever we offer him. I'm going to tell you what pissed off Terence Crawford. Because Terence Crawford on his Instagram was like, see? And everybody wants to blame me. Like, I don't want to make the fight happen. The part that probably pissed Terence Crawford off is when he said, whatever we want to offer him, like he's nothing, right? Like when Joshua was back in the day talking about making an offer to Deontay Wilder. At one point, they offered Deontay Wilder 90-10 split, right? And here's what's crazy, right? For an undisputed matchup, it's crazy enough to offer somebody 90-10. But then Deontay Wilder actually accepted it, but he said, if you take the same switch in a rematch. And they said no. Here's the thing. The part that got Terence Crawford is when Earl was like, remember, he was like, and I get it, he was feeling himself, he like, and to be honest, I don't think it didn't seem that he has much hostility or just this thing for Terence Crawford. I think Earl Spence Jr. anger steers more towards Bob Arum. Because he said Bob Arum needs to stop lying. He didn't say nothing about Terence Crawford. He says Bob. Earl Spence Jr. understands that, in my opinion, Terence Crawford doesn't call the shots on his side. Yes, he can say, I want 60, I want 50-50, or I want 60. But he doesn't really control it. He doesn't control it. It's like your kid saying, I want ice cream. They don't control it. The parent has to give him ice cream or not. Well, I want more chocolate and vanilla. The parent has to give it more or not. Most of the time the parents say, you take what you get. It may be what you want, it may not. But you take what you get. Terence doesn't operate under Terence. Terence operates under Top Rank. Tell me where I'm lying. But even with that being said, the part that pissed Terence Crawford off is when Earl Spence was like 60-40, 70-30, or whatever else we want to offer him, right? Like we can offer him crumbs. See, it didn't start with, and everything you say, it changes how you think, right? It's just like the difference between me filling a cup up with water and stop at the halfway part mark, or me having a full cup of water and pouring half out. You view if it's half full or half empty based on how I either filled it up or poured it out. That's just my logic thinking. Maybe I got you guys thinking that way now too. Possibly not, possibly so. He started out saying 60-40. Then he went to a bigger split, 70-30. 60-40, 70-30, or whatever else. Whatever else kind of make you think like even higher, right? 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, whatever else we offer him. We might give him crumbs. And he better act like a pigeon. He better peck them up. He better enjoy that. Like, so you don't know how people could be taking it, right? Like, what thing will offer me anything? I'm going to take anything? I'm not going to take no anything. 60-40 fair split. Spence got 900K pay-per-view, and Crawford got 200K pay-per-view. Spence A-side and more fans willing to buy his fights. Morris, salute and Merry Christmas. I believe 60-40 is fair. 55-45 is fair. And if Earl wanted to, 50-50, even though Earl doesn't have to do it, you can't argue it. First of all, you can't argue 50-50 at all. You can't. The argument starts when you want to go less than 50-50, right? Two fighters, one's one half, one's another half. So 50-50, there should never really be an argument with that. But it's when you start going under that. And now you look at your star power. And in this case, Earl Spence Jr. is the bigger star. He has the better name recognition. His numbers have proven to be better. And that's just what it is. I'm a Terence Crawford fan. I like Terence Crawford fighting style. I like that dog in him. I like how that he's crafty. He can switch his angles. I like it. I like it. But when it comes to looking at the finance side of it, Earl Spence Jr. is the A side. And with the A side, it comes with things called perks. And one of those perks is being able to get a bigger split of the purse, have your name first, and just whatever comes with the A side. 60-40, in my opinion, that's damn near perfect. In my opinion, 60-40 for Earl favor is damn near perfect. And I that's perfect. And in my case, I would say Terence should take it. But this is what needs to happen. If Earl Spence Jr. said the fight could happen next, this is what they probably should do to get to 60-40, right? Because if you offer somebody 60-40, which is fair, what are they going to do? Remember, these are lawyers, right? These are lawyers. Lawyers are taught to never take the first offer, even though the first offer could be the best offer, right? It could be sweet. It could be the sugar in the sugar cookie, right? But they always taught you can do better. So maybe Earl should send over 70-30. Bob Aaron with Top Rank should get it. She'll laugh at it. And they should counter with either 60-40 or 45-55. Maybe he'll counter with 50-50. Maybe he counter with 50-50. Earl get the side back, say, hell no, that ain't going to happen. So then they come back with 60-40. And at that point, that's when Bob should say, deal. Because even though 55-45 is fair, I don't think in Earl's position, in his momentum and his power, and in his abilities to be able to make bigger fights outside of Terence Crawford, he doesn't have to go below 60-40. But who wins? Mary and Bright. Who wins? Got this cup for $3, man. No. $2.50. I guess I'm going to use it. I'll save it. But it has a little neat, nifty thing that goes on top. It's pretty cool, man. For $2.50. I'm enjoying it. Who wins? I don't know. I'm going to call it 50-50. But guys, let's do this. While I go to the website and pick some things to talk about, let's have a midway stop and just say this. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you guys get what you want. If not, make the plans today to get what you want, to have the Merry Christmas of tomorrow. Sometimes you might not get things when you want it, but if you plan for it, you just might get it. If it's goals, you just might achieve it. But either way, you'd be better off where you back then if you plan for it than you are if you do not. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Now, let's get back to our regular scheduled program. This is a fight that is possible for Triple G. Gennady Golovkin versus Jaime Munguia. Guys, let's talk about it. 3 minutes or less. Let me give you my very best. If Triple G takes on Jaime Munguia, guys, to be honest, is it the fight that I want? No, because I want to see Triple G take on Demetrius Andrade, take on Jamal Charlo, give these young guns who have been banging and letting their cannon fly and winning night after night after night a shot. Stop chasing Canelo, because Canelo is not chasing you, and fight one of these big guys, these young guns who has a title, and unify. But like Christmas, after you open up all the presents, you still may not get what you want. And that's what I want. But a good fight. And this was a proposed fight a while ago when Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol. And it was Jaime Munguia taking on Triple G. Now Jaime Munguia came out knocking things silly, a young, heavy-handed kid. But no defense. No defense. God, I'm listening. He's all offense. He's all offense. And I'm telling you, man, Triple G versus Jaime Munguia, for as long as it lasted, that is a banger, right? You listen, you got Jaime Munguia throwing these hard shots at Triple G throwing these down, right? That is proposed to take place in May. Canelo don't want Charlo either. Boy, running scared. He needs to fight Andrade or Charlo's facts. Yeah, Canelo don't want to fight Triple G again. Listen, man. I don't talk about Canelo. Listen, we know what Canelo doing. We know what he's doing. First of all, Canelo is a great fighter. Damn good fighter. Good chin, good skills, decent speed, great lateral upper body movement, good countering, good punch selection, good thinker. He can fight, but the thing is, he doesn't always fight the toughest obstacles at that time. He selects the people that fight that he can still benefit from by a belt or something, but they might not be the absolute best in a division at that time. I know what he's doing. I get it. There's a reason why he would fight a Rocky Fielding and not fight Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo. I get it. Even when he fought Callum Smith, it was an opportunity. I get it. He watched film. He saw what Callum Smith didn't do. He knew what he could do. And then it was for the WBC title. Listen, and Canelo, at this point, when Canelo dropped their belt one time, to me, the WBC is like Canelo pulled down the trousers, right? Boom! Exposed him in front of the world, right? They trying to cover up quick, right? And they didn't like that. So when they got a chance to get back in Canelo good graces, right? They changed the clenbuterol limit that you can have in your system, which means some people in some countries can have clenbuterol fighters just because they eat some type of meat, which means they can even order that meat. They can order clenbuterol special meat and eat it and get the benefit from it and then go out there whoop somebody's ass. Now, there was no wonder why, and they made him franchise champion. So no matter what weight class he move up to, if the belt is available or somebody has the belt that is an easy enough target, Canelo get that shot. But with that being said, I get it. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand what they're doing. But Triple G needs to fight, guys. And he needs to fight one of those guys I named. But if he doesn't fight those guys, Munguia versus Benavidez, too raw to beat a Canelo. Bro, listen. Munguia's way raw. To me, he's like he has no defense. That's his thing. He's a big puncher. He swing hard. He's going for the KO. He has to have a pretty good chin because he's been getting hit. But against a Canelo, against a really good, against a Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo, he gonna get some hurt put on him. Demetrius Andrade would beat him by decision. But if Triple G finds another way, which honestly is a 95% chance, and I hope I'm wrong. But it's a 95% chance that Triple G do not fight Jamal Charlo or Demetrius Andrade, people that hold titles in his division that he can unify with and be a unified champion. He is not going to fight those guys. He would rather defend his title or chase Canelo to try to fight him. But if he does fight Jaime Munguia, I think for while it lasts, that's a banger. While it lasts, that's a banger. And the crazy thing about it, Triple G has better defense than Jaime Munguia. Because at least Triple G got his hands here. Jaime Munguia sometimes has his hands here. He might get knocked out versus Triple G. Charlo, Andrade, Triple G, Plan, Munguia, Benavidez all need to fight each other. They do need to fight. But you're mixing weight classes, but they do need to fight. Jose Flores, what's up, champ? What's going on, G? Con Enigma, what it be, what it does. Talk to your boy T-Dub. We are here giving everybody this Merry Christmas edition. And it's Christmas, guys. I'm home. I got the tree up. My son, I spent time with him. I had him since Christmas break on the 18th. Some of you guys don't know, I got 50-50 custody of my kid. Week on, week off. I swapped holidays. So I'm very, very, very active. I had him from the 18th until this morning. And then he comes back again on the 30th. And then I'm going to have him to the 3rd. And then his mom has him. Then it goes back to our normal week on, week off type of stuff. But listen, he's not here. It's quiet in the T-Dub residence. It is quiet. So I'm like, man, let's get this work, man, before I go out. And listen, T-Dub went fishing yesterday. Believe it or not, I went sauger and walleye fishing. And I've been trying to do it right. I fish a lot, but I never did sauger and walleye. Crappie, bluegill, bass, perch, a drum, catfish. I do that type of fishing, but I never really just target sauger and walleye. So I'm working on that, right? I'm in the Mississippi River. I got waders on. And for 2 weeks now, I have not caught anything. And yesterday, right, it was so cold, right, that the water on my line as I was retrieving it back to my rod and reel, it was freezing. It was about time the water got from whatever was on the line, got to the rod, when it hit the water, it was freezing. It was ice. And the more I did it, it clogged up my loops and my pole. I had to break it up. Run them lights up. Run them lights up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Merry Christmas to all. Let's get it. So, guys, I caught my first walleye. I was so happy, right? And I was trying to film it, right? A lot of you guys don't know. I got here's my GoPro. I got a GoPro. And I was like, yes. And I pushed record, right? And man, my battery died. So I don't even have it recorded on. But listen, today is maybe even colder. I'm not going today. I may go tomorrow. I might go fishing tomorrow. But it's too cold today. Possibly. I don't know. You know me. I might go out there. Charging batteries up right now. But let's get to it. Let's get back to this boxing talk. So, Triple G versus Jaime Munguia. What do you think about it? Whatever you think, comment below and let me know. Let's see. You know what, guys? I think that might have been Ethan Elliott. What's going on? Afternoon, T-Dub, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yes. Guys, right now the floor It's up to you guys. I think I covered really what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about who the best welterweight. And I want to talk about Triple G versus Jaime Munguia. Spence versus Crawford. Triple G, yeah, again. Manny Pacquiao. I think I covered most of the things. We still got Ryan Garcia taking on Luke Campbell. I want to see, that's going to be a good fight coming up. We're going to cover that live. David Benavidez, I'm ready to fight Canelo Alvarez when the opportunity comes. It probably won't. Lomachenko to fight in April or May. Once the Teofimo rematch. Probably won't happen. Adrian Broner, that's right. Adrian Broner, guys. He's training to come back. What do you think about that? And I'm going to say this. They said Adrian Broner has been gone for 2 years. And now he's coming back. I'm going to say this. I think Adrian Broner needed those 2 years off. Because if he would have fought those 2 years, I think maybe possibly mentally and maybe even physically, he needed a break from boxing. Because sometimes you need a break for something that even you love. Because sometimes what you love, you kind of fall out of love with it. And you need separation from it to learn to love it and miss it again. For instance, I'm going to give you guys another example, right? Fishing, right? Some of you guys know, you hear me talk about it. I am big on fishing. I can always learn. But when my dad passed in 2012, because my dad, some of you guys don't know what, growing up, me and my dad did not have the best relationship, but as an adult, he became one of my best friends before he passed. So it was a true blow. My biggest fishing buddy, and I truly hated that I didn't get a chance to learn so much about fishing, because he's the one that taught me that I could have, right? And when he passed, I don't know what it is. I lost my love and passion to go fishing, right? I didn't do it it took about 2 years. I don't know, it was a while that I didn't do it. I went from doing it a lot to I didn't do it. And maybe even longer than, it had to been longer than that. Because it hasn't been that long before I got the hunger back. Because right now I have that hunger, right? Like I just want to be out there. I want to fish a lot. I got it back. But sometimes you have to step away from it. You have to step away from something and get over whatever you need to get over, like in Adrian Broner. In his case, if this is true, from his legal woes to his in the ring taking losses, he had reached the top of his mountain, because there was no higher that he can go than Manny Pacquiao. Every fight after that was down. And he might needed to step away. And maybe him watching the rise of Gervonta Davis and watching these other fighters do their thing and get these paydays and get the fame and seeing how good it is, maybe that is enough for him to believe that AB, the problem, is back. He's training for Maidana again. I heard something like that. I heard it. I don't know if it's true. Because if it is, that'll be Maidana first fight back as well. But you know what, man? Like, that could actually be a good rematch. Like, if Broner came back to me, not fought each other right away, I mean, that's a good fight. It's a good fight. But if Broner came back, fought somebody, Broner needs a win. And if I could play it out, this is how I would do it. Have Broner come back 2 years, get a win. Marcus Maidana has been gone for years. Come back, he get a win. Because right now, the last we seen of Maidana, yes, he's trying to get back in shape, but Maidana was bigger than T-Dub. He was big. Like, no, listen, once he got that, listen, many people love to get one Willy Wonka golden ticket to fight Floyd. He got 2. So he been eating off a lifetime of supply. And a lifetime of supply of chocolate, that stuff sticks to the ribs. That shakes like jelly, not jam. That sticks. That's when you're living comfortable, right? You can be in the hardest chair. You can be in one of them old-fashioned hard rocking chairs, but you got so much cushion on your body that you sit comfortable. He got comfortable. So we don't know what to expect from Marcus Maidana. So we need to at least see that. We need to see Marcus Maidana back in physical conditioning and fight somebody, and he needs to fight somebody that he can just remind us, even if it's not quite true, but it needs to be an opponent that is picked enough for him to remind us who he was when he beat Adrian Broner, when he took Floyd Mayweather into 2 fights. And if he can do that, and Broner can come back and he can get a win, to remind people why he's a problem. I don't think it's pay-per-view. Possibly, I don't know, but Adrian Broner versus Marcus Maidana. To be honest, I would throw that on Fox regular too. All you need is a TV and a good antenna or some aluminum foil. And you can watch that fight. That does millions. And the winner of that fight puts them in line to fight any one of the top guys. If I'm telling you right now, if it works out the way I'm thinking, which it probably won't, but if Broner fought and beat somebody, Maidana got in shape, beat somebody, Maidana versus Adrian Broner, the rematch. And for a whole week, they showed the first fight over and over and over and over and over. And what did we learn from the first fight? Is that even when Broner got knocked down, that was the last fight that Broner wasn't afraid to let his hands go. He got up every time he got knocked down to finish the fight, to lose, but he showed us that dog that took to make a champion, but he lost. I would show that. I would just keep showing that. Boom. Show that fight. Show that fight. Show that fight. Highlight that fight. Make it. Put it on Fox 2 as a replay. Just show it. Because they're going to, oh my God, they fighting again. They fighting again. That's a big fight. And they will pull in casuals. And the winner of that fight will be, honestly, right back in line to fight Earl Spence, Terence Crawford, or Manny Pacquiao. Tell me where I lied. Broner still the bitch after Maidana fight. Let's get it, guys. How you guys doing on this Christmas, man? How you guys doing? Everybody okay? You guys enjoying this boxing work, man? I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are. So, Spence versus Crawford. Does Terence Crawford deserve lion's share 60-40 split? Just listen, man. I can't tell nobody what they deserve, but I think Earl Spence Jr. has earned the lion's share. If that makes sense. And while I'm gonna give you guys another little quick story, guys. This is not a good one. It's not a good one, right? As I sit here on Christmas, right, and I look, right, and I think about me, right, what I was able to do for my kid, right? I see him open up his presents yesterday, right? And he told me, he said, "This is the best day ever, Dad." He said, I always wanted, what is this called? A Nintendo Switch. All my life, all I wanted was a Nintendo Switch, right? So I got him a Nintendo Switch, some couple games, and a couple more, things, and skateboards and stuff he wanted, right? But I remember, right? I remember one of the saddest times as a kid. Right around his age. Right around 7 years old. I remember that we went over to a family house in Arkansas for everybody to open presents, right? And I remember all those kids. They was all family, right? You know, they was opening up everything they wanted, everything I wanted too. New fire trucks. The girls were getting these doll houses, oven bakes, everything cool, right? Everything, right? They just open up, kids just having fun, right? Taking pictures with their gifts. And I don't know if it's me and my sister or me and my brother. But it got time for us to open up our present. And it was two things. One was a pack of socks, and the other was a cheap plastic watch. And we had to sit there and hold it up, and smile, and force a smile with tears about to come down my eyes of getting, for Christmas, a pack of tube socks with the stripes on them. I think they were green. 2 stripes at the top. And a cheap plastic watch. So I told my son, I said, son, because he'll I'm trying to let him understand. Because he said he thought everybody gets good things. I'm like, listen, son, everyone doesn't get good things on Christmas. Matter of fact, some people don't get anything at all. You have to cherish what you get. And I told him about the experience I just told you guys and how it made me feel. And that how proud I am to be able to do more for him as a father. That way he can hopefully avoid Christmas like I had sometimes growing up. And that was horrible. And my brother today, and I think so when me and my brother get together and we let our kids, this is the first year we didn't do it because of this whole corona jump. But typically what we do, when we let them open up presents, we don't let them try to outstage each other, right? As parents, we're not trying to outstage each other by letting them open up the coolest stuff. We save some of our bigger stuff for our own house. But when they open up presents, we know what they're getting for the most part. Sometimes it could be the same thing because we don't want one kid to feel so bad for another kid. You know, and I'm just saying, guys. And me personally, I'm gonna get back to boxing. But if I was in control of that position I was into that day, I would not take my kids to a place where everyone has opened up 1,000 presents and all they're going to get is a pair of socks and a watch. And you make them wait to open it last after everyone else had opened up their presents and got everything that you wanted. Okay. All right, let's get it. Oh, they say I need a pack of socks right now. But as an adult, bro, I get it. As adults, I get it, man. But let's get back to this boxing, man. Merry Christmas to all, man. Like I said, keep trying to make a difference in your life and keep trying to make a positive difference in others. Simple holding the door. Super simple. You guys realize that if you go out today and you say Merry Christmas to somebody, even if they're feeling bad, that could be a little spark in them to get them a little hope that somebody cares. Like I said, I'm not a preacher. But even through my tough skin, I got a good heart and a soft spot just for people in general. Even though I got to keep my guard up against people because people would always come after you, poking for a weak spot. But let's get it, man. All right, guys. T-Dot, what's blazing the sports? Thank you guys for coming, man. I hope you guys know. I didn't bore you too much with my talk, man. I wanted to try to put a head on Lola, right? I wanted to try to see if I could throw a head on Lola like a Christmas hat. You know what? I couldn't get it. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on something for New Year's. Now, I'm not dumb. I am not going to do bring in New Year's with T-Dub. I'm not going to do it because I know it'll be just me here. It'll just be me, right? I will have about 20 people say, yeah, T-Dub, we're going to come to this. We'll come there. We'll come bring it in with you, right? So, okay, because chances are I'm going to be at home. I'm not going out. You know what? You know what? I might change my mind. I might do it because you know what? I'm going to be home with my family and my kids anyway, right? I possibly, if you guys are bored, and listen, if you're on the West Coast, it won't really be your New Year, right? Because I am Central Standard Time, so I'm 2 hours ahead of you guys. Now the East Coast was celebrated an hour before me, but hey, man, you never know. LA Times knocked Canelo. What they say, bro? If Broner quit playing, he would be up there, bro. Yeah. Have you ever thought you would see Lola right here in front of a Christmas tree? Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. And T-Dub doesn't know Christmas carols, but watching those hips sway anyway. I don't know. All right, let's get it. All right, guys, there you go. Let's do this. So let's get ready and round it up, guys. Let's get to it. Who is the best welterweight today? That's still a question that hasn't been answered. Because when you think about it, if you're like me, right, you're almost like, I don't know. If you're biased, you know. But if you really look at what these guys bring to the table, I really don't know. I don't know. Now, who's the top dog at welterweight? I know you guys are going to argue this, but it's Manny Pacquiao. Because everybody is trying to get a fight with him. When you can sit back and don't say nothing, and they call out you, that's how you're the top dog. When you can sit back and whoever you choose feels like they won the lottery and they're lucky to get that fight, that's how you're the top dog. That's how just like they treat Canelo right now. When somebody get a Canelo fight, they feel like they're the top dog. They feel like, yes. Triple G right now, he would eat Alpo to get that Canelo fight. Andre won it. Jamal Charlo won it. Benavidez won it. Caleb Plant won it. They all won it, which makes Canelo the top dog. The top dog is the most sought out person, and he brings a lot to the table. He's the top dog. Many of you might say Earl Spence Jr. is the top dog. But if your top dog is saying that he wants Manny Pacquiao overall, and then many of you might say Terence Crawford's the top dog. But if he's saying he wants Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter wants Manny Pacquiao, Danny Garcia wants Manny Pacquiao, Earl Spence Jr. wants Manny Pacquiao, and anybody that get a Pacquiao fight wants the Manny Pacquiao fight. He's the most sought out jewel at the welterweight position. They treat him like a rare jewel. And they all want to be the jewel thief and get it. But I'm going to say something about this, guys. I think Manny Pacquiao does better versus Earl Spence Jr. than possibly match up with Terence Crawford. And that's only based off of styles. I think when I say better, I'm saying I think he'll look better. He'll have more moments. Hold on. He'll have more moments. He'll have more moments to exchange. Because Terence is going to be crafty. Bop, bop, bop. He's going to move. He's going to slip. Pacquiao is going to have opportunity against Terence. But Terrence's footwork is going to... I think Terence will give Manny Pacquiao a lot of problems. A lot of problems. A lot of problems. If they fought, I would favor Terence Crawford to beat Manny Pacquiao. Garcia looking good, and I'm not his biggest fan. Which Garcia, champ? Talking about Mikey? Talking about Mikey? They said Canelo should have fought Triple G, that it took away from his greatness. Let's do this. Manny Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford. Ryan Garcia looking good. Ryan's a good fighter, bro. Ryan Garcia, he still has some learning to do. He still does. But he has that talent, right? He has it. He has a gift. He has it. There's some things about him that look a little bit stiff sometimes, but he has that a gift of speed, combinations, and timing. He has it. He has it. And this Luke Campbell is going to me, this fight is going to show where he's really at. I don't want to see a quick knockout. We don't learn nothing. This fight needs to go at least 8 rounds. 7 to 8 rounds. And in 7 to 8 rounds, I want Luke Campbell to push Ryan Garcia, to make Ryan Garcia tap into the goodness that he is. Show us. Show us you're a star. I don't like him. I don't have nothing against Ryan. I don't think I know he do anything. He's just more like a pretty boy boxer that's, big Instagram following. I have nothing. I don't know if I have anything against him. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's smoke. Let's work. Let's get some music. It's too quiet in the T-Dog's paradise. Manny Pacquiao versus Earl Spence Jr. If they fought, I think that does between 800 and 1 million pay-per-view buys. Possibly 1.2 million. Between 800 and 1.2 million buys. That's a good fight. That is the biggest fight that can be made in the welterweight division financially. Because Manny Pacquiao has a pool, Earl Spence Jr. has a pool, and I think that would transition and pull in some casuals between 800 and 1. Something is stuck at 1.1, 1.2 of me. Let's say 1.1 million buys. That's a big fight. And it would be a better fight, competitive-wise, than Manny versus Terence Crawford. I just think Terence Crawford, Manny will have opportunities in the first 5 rounds. If he does not dispatch of Terence Crawford in the first 5 rounds, Terence is going to get better and stronger and more calculating. I just see him being mad. My thoughts. Fact, Luke Campbell is a good test. Very good test. Ryan is a pretty boy trying to be tough. I respect him being a player. But listen, bro, here's my thing about Ryan Garcia. A lot of pretty boys don't want to get hit. When you choose a profession like boxing, bro, I got to take my hat off to him, bro. It's like even Oscar De La Hoya was a pretty boy. But when you choose boxing, bro, listen, by me being in the ring, you have to respect fighters, bro. You have to respect fighters because it's not like going to a steel mill. It's not like playing baseball. It's not like playing soccer. It's not like playing golf, bro. This is literally, think about this. Think about this, right? This sport is how much can you beat up somebody and how much punishment can you take to win? You are going into a fight getting hit. Listen, that's like going outside right now and just fighting somebody. Many people don't want to do that. You don't want to come back. Actually, think about this. After a football game, yes, there could be injuries, but a lot of time after a football game, your pride could be hurt from losing. Baseball game, you're hurt from losing. Soccer, you're hurt from losing. In boxing, you can win and still be bruised and lumped up for a month. You can be hurt. You can be physically hurt, mentally hurt after a win. If you lose, bro, this is the hurt business. But you know what's crazy, right? Is that I see both sides of it. Because when I was fighting, or when I train and when I spar, I'm telling you, it's like I'm a different person. Like T-Dub right here, this is T-Dub just talking, right? Giving you this work. But when I get into that ring, I promise it's like I wanna. It's like you're a savage, right? It's literally you wanna hurt somebody and suffer, and the more they hurt and suffer, the more it's like it fuel your, like, I don't know, man. It's hard to describe what it does to you. It's like, you're like, it brings out something different, man. But like I said, when you are a boxer or a UFC fighter, and that's what you do for a living, that's a tough living. Because even when you're not fighting in the ring, you are still sparring every day. See, in baseball, you go to a batting cage, right? You hit these balls. In boxing, in order to get better, yes, you can hit the boxing bag, and you hit the speed bag, and you can do some mitts. But I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest. That don't mean ish if you don't spar. If you don't spar, you have to spar. You know what spar means? Getting punched and taking punches. You fight before you fight. You fight several times before you fight. In football training, you run play. Well, you tackle each other so you can get hurt that way. So who's Teofimo finna fight? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Get in the ring in the winter. But let's do this, guys. All right. I done done long enough, guys. I appreciate you guys doing this. I might come back for Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, which is a T-Dub's birthday. I'm not telling you how old I would be. But guys, T-Dub is getting up there. And guys, I guess it's what it means when they say the midlife crisis. When I look back and realize that, damn, like all the the fancy stuff I can do. One day I'm not going to be able to do it in the boxing ring, guys. One day I know I'm not going to be able to, what I'm saying? See, now I can still do it, right? I know, but one day T-Dub not going to be able to do that. One day T-Dub not going to be so fleet on his feet and slipping shots, But just because I won't be able to do what I used to, don't mean I should stop doing what I love. But guys, thank you guys for coming. Merry Christmas. And if I don't see you, and I hope I do see you before the new year, Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed this work. I hope this brought a little entertainment. Buy some time, pass some time for your Christmas day. Hit the notification bell for the next video. Merry Christmas. And as always, here is What's blazing in sports? I'm out. Lola, take us out proper.
What?
There it is.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Boy, hey, she worked them hips, don't she? Gotta look at it. She worked them hips, don't she?
What?
Oh, I teed up on it. Let's go. Teed up in the building already, you know. Spit the rhyme when I spit this flow. The giant in the back and he making a beat. Teed up too hot for the goddamn streets. Let's get it. She with it. I did it.